Hello, friends. Eric Zane here. Well, who else would it be? It's my podcast, for God's sake. Now, when we last met on Friday, I was like, oh, man, I can't wait to talk to you again from here at Fear Bunker North for the Labor Day extravaganza. That means nothing. It's not like I would have spent any time breaking down Labor Day. No, actually, I probably would have. And I probably would have found something ridiculous that no one knew. I don't know. Maybe I can still do that. I can still come back and talk about that. But either way, excuse me, I was all set, ready to go. And then here we are, Sunday morning, the 3rd of September. And, you know, we're going to stay up till Monday and then head back. And Diana catches wind that I plan on doing a Labor Day morning show. She put her foot down. She said, no way. For God's sake, what is wrong with you? Enough. Just take the day. I said, all right, I will. But I'm going to give another edition of the Not the Best of the Eric Zane Show podcast. And she goes, fine. Replace your shitty show with an older shitty show. I said, that's offensive. She didn't really say that. I'm just basically browbeating myself. I don't know what I'm doing here. Okay. So plenty of fun, I guess, from back in the day of the podcast. Don't get the impression that I go over these episodes with a fine-tooth comb to find the best bits. No, it's merely something to listen to, I guess, while you go on your walks, have your cookouts, do the things you do on Labor Day. On Patreon, though, this is something people actually really do look forward to. It'll be another episode of something to listen to while I'm away. Now, you're like, well, what does that even mean? Okay, once you find out, once you check it out, you will understand why it's something people love, okay? And you can check it out free. That's the best part. You can go to patreon.com/Eric, damn it, sorry, /Eric Zane. And you can sign up for 7 days free so you can check out the Something to Listen to While I'm Away episode on Patreon. That is actually the gem of the days that I'm off. All right, so kick back and enjoy. No one will. Not the best of the Eric Zane Show podcast.
Hi, I'm Sarah Rook Ruck-Roosh, and I listen to the Eric Zane Show podcast because he's an idiot, swears like a trucker, loves puppy dogs, and gave away a kidney. Now here he is, Eric Zane!
Yeah, let's go! Let's go! Nice moves, Connor. Welcome into the Eric Zane Show podcast, a daily show where I discuss news, nonsense, and my personal adventures each and every day of the work week. For today is the 728th edition of the Eric Zane Show podcast. I'll finish the week on New Year's Eve at 730. 730. And then you got the first is Saturday. Second is Sunday. The third is Monday. The fourth is Tuesday. The fifth is Wednesday. And then the anniversary is January 6th. Thursday, January 6th. That is the 3-year celebration. It won't be a celebration. It'll be like any other day for this podcast. So that will be show 734 is the 3-year anniversary of this. I'm pissed off because I just got a beautiful hate message from one of the Free Beer and Hot Wings acolytes of St. Joe Gassman, who just sent me a mean one today. And I woke up, I'm looking at my phone, I'm like rubbing the sleep out of my eyes. I see, something attacking me, and I kind of read it in a hush, and then it like disappeared in a hush. What? In like an instant, and it disappeared. And then I can't find it. I can't find it anymore. So I don't know what the fuck happened. It was something about this person was beating the shit out of me because I something about my son. That's like, wow, I haven't seen. That's a weird one. You know, I'm glad you're there. Thank you. I appreciate that. Welcome back, whoever you are. I don't know. I don't even know why the fuck I'm bringing that up. This is quite a day. I want to get right to this. My brother Mike is doing much better. Thank you very much. So many of you were worried about regular Mike. Mike's no spring chicken. He's 63. All sorts of comorbidities, asthma, heart arrhythmia, high blood pressure, and 63. COVID loves people that old. And he came down with it, and it was messing him up. It was messing him up bad. And what you got here is you got a lot of, I'll just say it, it's a lot of stubbornness. A lot of old school mentality. Rub some dirt on it and it'll be fine. We have we got one. We got an anti-vaxxer in the family, whole family. All of them. They're, So, some time ago we said our piece. And that was not a good day. When we had to, my brother Jim doesn't mince words at all. This is right after my mom died and the vaccine was made available, and he found out that he's not going to get it. So things got a little dicey there, but we're family. We can do that. So we all had to give him a piece of our mind. And I said, hey, I'm not going to yell at you, ding dong, but, this is the one time I'll say it. I already buried my mother. I don't want to bury you. It's coming for you. Get this thing or it's coming for you. Well, he got it. So I don't know what's going to happen next. I'm not going to be the I told you so guy. And he lives, and he's going to live. That's the good news. Well, I mean, as far as I know, I think he's getting out of the hospital today. So I'm pretty sure he's going to live. It did not get into his lungs, which is remarkable because it loves lung meat. And it affected him very strangely. And that's the thing. You just don't know. I mean, my neighbor Leonard, he got it. And next thing you know, he has a stroke, dead. But he's going to be okay. So thank you for thinking about us. And hopefully this will be the thing to make him go, yeah, I don't want this again. I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. I'm going to go get the jab ASAP as you all should. Okay? Again, I don't want to be at your funeral where I'm there and everybody's crying and I walk in there with a chip on my shoulder like, what the fuck? Why am I even here, you ding-dong? All right. That's enough of that. That's enough soapboxing for today. Just want to let you know he's okay. Wow. Dear Meathead happens in 53 minutes, and a number of you have sent questions. Thank you so much for those. If you have something else that you'd like to contribute, maybe something on your mind for Dad and Joanne on Dear Meathead, by all means, send it along. Eric at ericzaneshow.com. Dear Meathead brought to you by my friends at JM Synthetics, distributor of Amsoil products. All right. Alone in the Eric Zane Show pod. Well, alone in my bed. No, that's not true. I had Bruce. Diana traveled with Madison to my brother's house, my brother Jim. They hung out there, coming back today. The NFK and I doing our thing. We didn't have sex. We didn't do anything. All right. Yesterday, this is incredible. Hang on. I had to run a couple errands. I had to go pick up some medicine, and I had to go to Meijer grocery store, So I was, as usual, excited about that. I love getting out of the house because I so rarely do. Jump in the truck. Before that, I get a phone call from Chris B. Zaniac Chris is a terrific plumber, and he volunteered some time ago to help me out because I've got when the faucet handles. They're really old and dated here in this household, as is everything. The whole house needs to be updated. These handles are busted. He goes, I'll fix them for you. So he fixed one in the bathtub, and now in the bathroom that's off of Madison's room, it needed to be repaired. And so Diana reached out and said, hey, did you get those parts? And he's like, oh, yeah, sure, I'll drop by. So he reaches out to me. He says, hey, man, I'm coming over. Diana wants you to come and fix those. I go, okay, great, man. I appreciate that. And he says he'll be over about 5 p.m. I go, cool. At 3:30, I venture out to be back here by 5 p.m. to hang out with Chris for him to repair the faucet. I'm walking through the Meijer parking lot. And the next thing I know, Chris is right there. And he goes, I thought that was you. I go, oh, my God, we're crossing paths before you even get here. And he's like, yes. Oh, my God, I thought that was you. So I'm guessing he saw the truck. He figured it out. He goes, and then I saw the sticker on the back, and I knew it was you. I go, yeah. Huh? What are you talking about? He goes, the sticker on the back of the truck. I go, I haven't put a sticker on the back. Oh, no. Oh, no. All right. The plot thickens. Some time ago, there was a magnet on the back of my truck that said, danger, driver has huge testicles. And included, next to the, in addition to this magnet being on the back of the embellisher, there was the truck nuts on the back by my trailer hitch. So I was like, thanks. That was, I don't know how long ago that was. So I'm like, now, Chris revealed to me right then and there what was on this quote unquote sticker. It's not a sticker. It's another magnet like this one. But I guess I was driving around Hudsonville, Michigan with this magnet now on the back of the embellisher. And, for the folks, this is why you need to watch on Twitch. Twitch.com or twitch.tv/Eric Zane Live. It is a homophobic magnet that says driver is gay. Like that's some kind of insult, I mean, and I've got tons of people who love me that are gay. And so right now they're like, oh, God, that's one of these sick fucking Zaniacs is treating that like it's some kind of insult. What the fuck is wrong with you? Driver is gay. And, I'm sitting here thinking about my gay friends who watch this. And they're like, oh, God, hey, look, don't let this bother you. This is who I'm concerned about. My gay friends. That is not an insult. If I had a taste for penis, I would be proud of how many penises I could put in me. And the fact that someone who also is gay loves me. All right? That's all what this is about. Who is your lover? It means nothing in the world. Okay? So it says driver is gay, and it's this horrible homophobic magnet with the rainbow on it, and then a yellow warning sign, a yellow triangle with an exclamation point, like driver is gay. Fucking unbelievable. So I was like, oh no, that is so funny, and I laughed about it. I then went into the store. I didn't even bother taking it off. So I drove all the way through Jenison, Hudsonville with driver is gay on the back of my vehicle. Now, I want you to know that and Jason Schaefer, who's suspect number one on this, he says, that doesn't seem phobic to me, more declarative. Okay, you can look at it any way you want, you sick fuck. But this seems like it's some type of mean-spirited thing. Like, hey, look out, there's a gay guy here, and you can split hairs any way you want, you fat fuck. But this, in my opinion, is a horrible homophobic slur that you are dispatching onto the world, you sick asshole. So, all right, there I am, gay. Everybody thinks that. Now, I think that this manifested because of the Bosco's appearance, the appearance at Bosco's Pub. Now, I don't have any information about who is responsible for this, but the suspects are whoever was at Bosco's. Excuse me. With the exception of my wife, you got Amanda, Jason, their children, Amanda's mother. I'm sorry, Andrea, Jason. I always get those two mixed up because of the names beginning with A. Andrea, Jason, their children are suspects. Andrea's mother is a suspect. Shelly's daughter, Stephanie, her boyfriend, Guido. Is that his name, Guido? Gibraltar? I forget his name. Guillermo? Doesn't it begin with a G? Sarah Rook-Ruck-Roosh, Amanda, Kevin Kuipers, sick fuck Dean. Gavin is his name. I knew it began with a G. Boring. Sick fuck Dean. Half black Neil. I don't know if it would be Kyle Ryan. I think we can eliminate Kyle Ryan from this discussion. I'm reasonably sure it's not Kyle Ryan. Who else? Oh, Lisa Kay and her husband, Eric. I think that's it. Kuipers is out. He wouldn't do that. Diana was there too. She's not responsible. Amanda, no. She did not leave. Sarah, no. She did not leave. Those two just sat there and yelled at the top of their lungs to all the uptight Hudsonville people. Sick fuck Dean did not get up, nor did half black Neil. Amanda's trying to make herself throw me off the trail by saying, I left early, though. No, there's no way you would have done that. I am leaning in on, I think this would be a Schaefer joint with accomplices, or at least knowing about it, Dean. I can't shake that. They're too much of troublemakers. Lisa, no way. Just too sweet. Not devious enough. I vote this is a Schaefer, sick fuck Dean endeavor. That is the accusation based on troublemaking abilities. And I want you to know, whoever is responsible for this homophobic slur, you put my life in jeopardy. Okay? Hey, Amanda. You might want to stop outing people, because I don't know what we may know might not be something that the person you're talking about may not want it to be, put on the chat. Dumb fuck. Don't you? Shut up. What are you doing? I don't know that that's widely disseminated or spread, that information. I don't know that to be true. I haven't heard that from him. You're just saying that. I mean, maybe that's true, but I can't be sure. So you might want to shut up. God. Here we are, less than 24 hours removed, where you just got fucking jacked by your boss for having a huge mouth. And Jesus. Shh. Andrea says, no, I knew because he said it here. Well, you know what? Until I see it with my eyes, that is not for discussion, frankly. Okay? You guys are jackasses. You're just fucking morons. Seriously, what a bunch of dumbasses. I don't care what you know. Shut up. I'm driving through the most homophobic community in the United States, okay? The fucking people who know the bad guys who, strung Matthew Shepard up to a fucking fence in Wyoming, look at Hudsonville and Jenison and go, man, that place is homophobic, okay? And here I am driving in an old school Silverado with a driver is gay magnet from you fuckheads. What the hell? Amanda, shut up. Shut up. My God. Jesus. You need to stop communicating on this fucking chat for extended time. You have now gotten to Kenny status. Shut up. Every time you talk, more people are fucking hating you. Why do you do that? So now I have a collection going here. I have a driver has, wait a minute, where is it? I can't do it. Driver has huge testicles, and driver is gay. So what's next? What's next? Are you guys going to amp it up? Is it going to say a driver rapes kids? A driver is a pedophile? Crank says, I still don't see how this is homophobic. Well, that's because you live in Cedar Springs. Of course you don't. This is why you live where you live. It's because of this. You don't see. I don't get it. This is intended, dumbass, to be a joke about someone. And that's supposed to be like, oh, avoid him. He's gay. We all know what you're doing, you jackass. And you see, with that, you are absolutely the top suspect in all of this. Red Wizards ate my baby. Adam says, methinks thou dost protest too much. So you're suggesting I'm gay. Well, maybe I am. But that's not protesting. That's just simply saying that whoever put this on my car hates gays. That's what we have here. Whoever did that is a hater of my gay friends. I have so many gay friends that love me very much. You bunch of sick assholes. Oh, my God. No wonder why you all wanted to fucking raid the Capitol on the insurrection. No wonder why you assholes all wear MAGA hats and are anti-vaxxers. What the fuck? Thank you, Kent. Thank you. Kent bringing it all back. He says, I don't hate gays. Of course you don't. Unbelievable. Unacceptable behavior by this bunch. Okay. Update for you. Kent says, I put the sticker on your truck. I don't believe that. Yesterday, late in the show, we discussed with you, or I discussed with you. There's not we. There is no we. It's just me. The gigantically, this big proclamation that I guess I can only refer to him as Matthew now. Barassa in Pennsylvania. On Facebook or whatever it was, he posted, heretofore, I shall now be known as Matthew. I will no longer be referred to as Matt. Please do not refer to me as Matt going forward. Thou shalt be known as Matthew heretofore. I read that one. Who? What? What? Okay. Beat him up pretty good on the show yesterday. Called him up. Had him on the show. He sent me a Christmas card. Him and his lovely better half, Amanda. Here it is. Look at these two. Look at these lovebirds. Look at. Since they met, they've been, stuck together like this. They just getting a little handsy here in this photo, by the way. And they're getting married in June of 23. Not this next June in 6 months, but a year from then. And I am traveling to Pennsylvania to marry them. And I can't wait. So they sent me this nice Christmas card. Look at that. It's so sweet. And then they signed it. It was signed on the back. Oh, no. Wait. Huh? Christmas 2021. Warm wishes. This holiday season. Why did I say seasoned? From circled Matt and Amanda. Uh-oh. Okay. As I discuss this, I see Kent writing, I bet he sniffed his fingers after this photo shoot. Did you wind up? Did you wake up and just decide you're going to stir a bunch of shit up here? What are you doing? Mr. What is that stupid political party that you that never wins that you're part of? What are they called again? The ones that usually gets like 0.0000001% of the vote. What is it called? Liberty something. Green Party, that's it. Yeah, thanks, Mr. Green Party. The one that you wanted. Oh, Libertarian. Ooh, it's Mr. Libertarian with the funny ha-ha. Ooh, Libertarian. Get it? Liberty. Oh, more like losertarian. You haven't, what the fuck? For like 50 years, if you were to add up all the votes for the past 50 years that the fuckface libertarians have accumulated, it'd be like 100. Oh, my God. And remember, he's like, yeah, man, hey, take a look at this website for this candidate. And then you open it up and the shitheads say, we stand for medical freedom. What? Shut up. Libertarian. I'm a libertarian. Yeah. You fucking idiot. Amanda says, that's why Kent has his name. Amanda, shh. You're not allowed to talk for the rest of the show. You already fucked everything up. We need the details about what happened at work. Public nuisance says their problem is branding and advertising. Oh, yeah, that's it. Yeah, well, tell them. You got to tell them, man. You got to fill them in so that they know what's wrong. Free beer is a libertarian. No, he's not. He's not anything. He's the last thing he reads. Fuck that guy. All right. Libertarian is a cute way of saying, I'm not supporting any of these assholes, but I'm not going to waste my vote either. No, you are. You are wasting your vote. Corey, shut up. Nobody cares. All right, hold up. Pause in the action at probably an inconvenient spot on Not the Best of the Eric Zane Show podcast. Thanks again to my pals at Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid and EV. One of the many sponsors that keep this podcast going and growing for free for you. 616-532-6600. If you have any issues with your cars, scheduled maintenance, preventative maintenance, something wrong with the damn thing, mechanically, they will take care of you. ER Vines, ervines.com in West Michigan for you. Fantastic location for this family, veteran, lady-owned business. All right, right in the middle of Grand Rapids, Michigan. 3 blocks east of US 131 is a street called Stafford. Turn down it. Turn north on Stafford. Just look down the street. You'll see them right there, like 200 yards off of 44th Street. There you go. Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid and EV. Thank you so much. Can't talk about great local sponsors without thinking about Joe Martinez from A&E Heating and Cooling. Look, if you're not in West Michigan, I don't expect you to call Joe Martinez. People say that to me all the time. I say, oh, yeah, what a loser. The podcast, he's putting local sponsors on. It's like, dipshit. 35% of my audience is in Grand Rapids. These guys have been sponsors of mine for like 5 years. It works, so shut up. 616-516-8579 for A&E Heating and Cooling. The immortal Joe Martinez and his crew will take care of any problems that you're having with your furnace, your air conditioners. Twice a year, you should see Joe or the crew with a AC tune-up or a furnace tune-up. You don't do that, or if you're like, boy, I've never done those things. Well, okay, your system is begging for you to get it serviced. Those are very elaborate pieces of equipment that require some professional expertise to look over them, every so often. So spend the $79 and do it with Joe Martinez, 616-516-8579. If you do need a new furnace or an AC, by all means, get a couple other estimates. Just make sure Joe is part of that process. He'll meet or beat, and if he can't, he'll explain to you why you should be going with him. He'll give you all the details. 616-516-8579. He's fantastic. Ask around for the Eric to the Eric Zane Show podcast audience if you're in the live chat on Twitch, and you have numerous people saying, oh my gosh, my experience with Joe was awesome. All right, back at it. More of Not the Best of the Eric Zane Show podcast. He says, they only stand for medical freedom as long as it doesn't hurt the general public. They believe you should be allowed to do whatever you want as long as you're not hurting someone else. Well, that's stupid. Because if you're not getting the vaccine, you're hurting someone else. So there you go. Let the libertarians on the debate stage and they'll smoke the Democrats and the Republicans. Yeah, that's what's holding them down. They won't let them on the debate stage. They suck. All right. So that's my story. That's what's happening here is homophobic Zaniacs decided to try to do this to me. This is the treatment I get. All I do is give. And this is what I get. I get this type of awfulness. Oh my God. Holy shit. And you know what? I take it back. This isn't awful. If the world sees me as gay, well then, damn it, put one right in my butt. That to me makes me the greatest of Americans. Okay? What the hell? The problem is, though, I cannot represent the gay community as being a gay man because I'm not a gay man. However, I don't think you can fit all that onto a magnet. You ding-dongs. All right. The show is on Twitch, as I indicated, twitch.tv/Eric Zane Live. Thank you for being here, part of it. As much as as I make fun of you and I attack you and I say mean things about you, well, you do the same too. We're all in the same boat having a good time here. Welcome to Hey Listeners. I always like to point that out whenever I'm doing the show, whenever the twins are off and in the morning zoo over there on the world famous Free Beer and Hot Wing Show. I welcome you hate audience members. Sit around. You don't have to make yourselves known. I know you like to hang out behind anonymous names and then fire insults at me and tell me I'm a piece of shit and my podcast sucks dick and I'm never going to make it. It's like, I already made it. Because of these assholes that put driver is gay on the back of the embellisher. That's why I've made it. I have made it. So thank you very much, though, for being here. I appreciate you supporting the show. Excuse me. Even if, you hate me. Okay. I don't care as long as I don't bore you. If I can sit here every day and command some of your time, I don't care if you hate it, just as long as it's not boring. If it's boring, like around the room, well, then I've got a problem. Then I am struggling, and we just cannot have that. The one thing we cannot have is boredom. 28 minutes still, dear meathead. Send your questions along, Eric at ericzaneshow.com. I also have a Patreon. That is basically just, you know what? Sarah just signed up for it. She signed up for a full year, the multi-talented Sarah Rook-Ruck-Rouge, who lost on Smarter Than a Former Drug Dealer trivia. I think she's got a confidence issue, okay? I think I've been analyzing Sarah, and I think Sarah fills a room with boisterous exclamations like, hey, I've got hooker boots, and breaks my eardrums, just like Amanda, the gruesome twosome when it comes to volume and decibels. The divas of decibel, Amanda and Sarah. Oh, holy shit. I think I need to help her brush up on her confidence because she is so worried about wrong answers and looking like a ding-dong on trivia. She was like, I'd give her a question on the trivia game with Dale, and she's like, well, I don't. She immediately, like, what do they say? What is it? Shrinking violet? Is that a term? I've heard people say that. I don't know what that means. Is it shrinking violet? She she's like all of a sudden sheepish about her answers. I was like, no, she got two of them right, for God's sake. It's very rare that anybody gets them all right. You did great. I've analyzed her. She's loud like that to make up for her lack of confidence. You've got to kick in the door. You did fine. Come on now. That was on yesterday's Patreon for Smarter Than a Former Drug Dealer trivia. I need a player for next week's game. If you have never played trivia against Dale or haven't played in a long, long time, I'm going to be looking towards you. If you want to reach out to me, Eric at ericzaneshow.com. Say, hey, I'm in for trivia, then by all means. But the Patreon is yet another avenue for me to put content out there. It's $5 or $10 a month. It's driven only by your dollars. There is no marketing on it whatsoever. It is just me continuing the podcast. Basically, do this free podcast for 2 hours plus, and then go on Patreon for about another 40 minutes or so. And there you go. That's every single day of the week. The Patreon bonus podcast plus Smarter Than a Former Drug Dealer trivia, as I indicated. The Lost Zane recordings from 5-6 years ago when I was on the radio on BBL. The Zane Asylum, my 2-hour music-driven radio show on Northern Michigan's Q100, which you get commercial-free and before it even airs, which the Christmas special. Oh, everybody loved the Christmas special. My God. My favorite song was Rob Halford. Oh, Holy Night. Oh, God, can that guy sing? And then the crown jewel, the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast, which I just had someone reach out to me and say that he loves the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast. Someone who I didn't even know existed. A lot of my Patreon members, you got the usual suspects who joined me live on it. This is a person who I didn't even know listened to it. And this person, I think, wants to adopt Rusty the dog. So keep your fingers crossed. We can find a home for Rusty. So there you go. Patreon, Patreon, patreon.com/Eric Zane. And the open of this show brought to you by Horizon Hydroponics. Horizen hydroponics.com. This is a business with 4 brick and mortar stores, 2 in Grand Rapids, the Grand Rapids area, 1 in Lansing, 1 in Kalamazoo. But no matter where you are listening to the podcast, okay, let's say you like smoking pot. Sorry, I'm supposed to say cannabis. And then you're like, I think I want to grow it on my own. It's a little bit more complex than just getting your hands on a seed or a clone clipping and throwing it in soil. You want to do this right. And if you do it right, you're going to have an absolutely fantastic harvest indoors in the cold months. And then, I don't know, can you grow it outside in southern climates? I don't know that. I think it depends on sunlight. I think that's what it is dependent on. So I think we are in the indoor growing season. That's a question for John. I'll have to ask him next time. Do people in southern climates, are they able to grow it outside year round? I don't know. All of my knowledge on this is based on the Growers 101 segment. But anyway, you want to grow it indoors. Horizon Hydroponics, Horizen hydroponics.com. You go there. Oh, I need this, this, and this. You're going to be overwhelmed if you're new to this, okay? There's a phone number on the webpage, on the homepage. Call them and ask them. An actual person will pick it up and talk to them about this because they want to give you the best advice. Everybody's terrific over there. Horizon hydroponics.com. Horizen hydroponics.com. Shipped anywhere in the U.S. for free if your order is over $250. And it's quite easy to get that high. Or you can order it online and pick it up if you're in and around any of the areas that I described earlier. When you do buy it online, always use the coupon code Zane Show and you will save 10% on your order. Yesterday, I was at the gym trying to make my arms bigger than Frank Fuss. It's going to take a long time. Frank has the pythons bigger than like Hulk Hogan. He is a licensed independent insurance agent / broker. Some folks, when they see the Progressive commercials with Flo, they immediately call and say, I need insurance. That is the wrong way to do it. There are hundreds of other amazing companies that do not spend money on advertising. But what they do is they get help from guys like Frank. Okay? So when you approach Frank and say, I need this type of insurance, he's going to shop for you and get the best rate for more coverage. All right? So that is awesome. And he does it all free. 616-914-4070. That's how it works with Frank the Tank Fuss. His business is called My Policy Shop Insurance. This is what I recommend. Send him a text, 616-914-4070, like right now. Take a little time and do this. Frank, Zane sent me. I need help. That's it. He'll respond to you, and he will lead you through this process perfectly. You'll get a link. You fill out the form about when you want to talk to him, either on the phone, in person, Zoom, whatever it may be, And then it's like you're talking to a therapist. Yeah, I need this. He's going to ask you some information to help him on his fact-finding mission. And then he's off like a friggin' bloodhound trying to get you a great rate. You can also go to buyinsurancehere.com. Frank the Tank Fuss at My Policy Shop Insurance. 20 minutes away from Dear Meathead. Okay. You're going to love this. I know I love this. Some chick on an airplane, flight from like Florida to Atlanta. The way this one developed is interesting. Okay. As I understand it, first of all, this chick used to be kind of like an actress. Well, she was. The story I see calls her a Baywatch star. She was on one episode. Excuse me. Patricia Cornwall is her name. She's 51 now. She also used to appear in Playboy from time to time. And she's on this flight from Tampa to Atlanta. She goes to the bathroom. When she comes out, the drink service is there. They got the big thing, the cart, and they got to work their way all the way to the back before she can get to her seat. But she says to the flight attendant, she goes, "Excuse me, can I get by?" And they go, "Well, kind of a bummer. We apologize, but there's a ton of open seats. Can you just have a seat in one of these while we get through the drink service? And then the aisleway will open up and boom. Is that okay?" And it wasn't okay. She said, "Who am I, Rosa Parks?" So, I mean, you could very easily just go, no problem. No problem. I mean, I don't see why that's an issue. This is her on Baywatch when she used to be hot. Okay. She goes, "Well, who am I, Rosa Parks?" Old timer who's there, 80-year-old man, says, "That's impossible. This isn't Alabama and you're not black." All right. So then the argument starts. Let's get to the actual fight as it happened on this flight. On your mark, get set, go.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, but you're who invited you to come?
Okay, she's gotten up, and after he said that, and she's got her mask off, and now she's decided that she wants to be the mask police. Okay, which she's just, I don't know why she's going down that road. She's yelling at the old timer, 80-year-old man, to put his fucking mask on.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, but you're mask on. Who invited you to come?
I'm eating and I can
Drink your ass up.
He says, "I'm 80 and I can whip your ass." And she goes, "Stand up."
Don't you dare talk to me like that.
God damn it.
You stand your step up. Stand your
I'll talk to you any fucking way I want to.
ass up. Stand your ass up.
Sit down, Karen.
Karen?
He drops Karen on her. He calls her Karen. 80-year-old man says, "Sit down, Karen." Again, this all started because she was, he shouldn't have said anything, I guess, when he said, "You're not Rosa Parks, because this is in Alabama and you're not black." She's a crazy bitch. But now we got this. So thank God he said something.
Stand your ass up.
Sit down, Karen.
Karen?
You're a goddamn Karen. Sit down.
Sarah,
He says, quote, "You're a goddamn Karen. Sit down."
Sit down, Karen.
sit down.
No, you're the
Oh, no,
my
you're
dad.
the
Do you want the police to meet you on the ground?
What about him?
Mask up now.
Mask up.
Put your mask.
So now she's ordering him to put his mask on. This has nothing to do with masks, okay?
Mask up. Tell him to mask up. Tell him
You
to
got
mask
your
up.
mask down.
Sir,
He says, "You got your mask down, bitch." I love this guy so much.
Yes, I did.
Oh, now she smacked his face.
Now you're going to jail.
And she's put her hands on him.
You're going to jail. As soon as we get in Atlanta, you're going to jail.
As soon as you go to Atlanta, get to Atlanta, you're going to jail. And now she spits in his face.
Karen. Hey, spit on me. Now you're double going to jail.
He drops the "now you're double going to jail" on her. Wow.
Piece of
Piece of pussy. Sit down, Karen. Sit down, Karen.
Calls her a piece of pussy and tells her to sit down.
Sit down, pussy. Look, she punched me.
she's screaming at him to put his mask on, and she's not wearing a mask.
Put your f***ing mask on.
She scratched my face. I wanted to fuck
Put
out
your
of here.
f***ing mask on. Put your f***ing mask
Put
on.
yours on.
Put yours on,
This
bitch.
is your home.
Oh boy. Here's her mugshot. This crazy bitch was arrested. Oh man. Jeez. That guy was awesome. I love him. He had to show some serious fucking restraint there. She's had other brushes with the law. The woman who was arrested after she was caught on video slapping the dude, including just last month when she allegedly tried to fight cops in Florida during an arrest for driving drunk. 51-year-old Patricia Cornwall allegedly became aggressive with cops after she crashed her gray Nissan into a tree in Santa Rosa Beach November 10th. She was not hurt and then became belligerent, a Walton County Sheriff's deputy wrote. Deputies said she initially refused to exit the vehicle or give them her name. Then when she finally got out, Cornwall started going after the first responders. So this is normal behavior. This is a fucking lunatic. Once we stopped her, she tried to fight us, the deputy wrote. Sounds familiar. At that point, she was detained for her safety and ours. Why do we always have to put our knees on black guys who are helpless? Why can't we drop the knee of Derek onto this sick bitch? These are the moments when it should be okay to shoot citizens. No one would give a fuck if they just said, hey, you know what? It's time to go to court. And blammo, right there, a taser. Or you know what you do is you pull out your gun and say, taser, taser, taser. Kablamo! Oh, my God. Oh, I didn't mean that. Wink, wink. Come on. Nobody would give a shit if this sick bitch ate a bullet. We need to start shooting these women. Okay? That is what needs to happen. Baywatch star dead after cop shoot her for being a bitch. Deputies said they had been called to the scene by a tow truck employee who responded to the crash to provide her assistance. The employee told authorities he had discovered Cornwall in the driver's seat attempting to reverse the vehicle. Smelled booze. Back in 2020, she was previously arrested in L.A. and later pleaded no contest to doing this again. She was sentenced to 36 months of summary probation in order to complete 100 hours of community service. I always hate that. I wish we would just change the law. First offense, you lose your license, forever, and you go to jail for 10 years. Community service. Embarrassing. In addition, she had to enroll in and complete a 3-month first offender alcohol and drug education counseling program. Those never work. The same month as the L.A. arrest, her sister-in-law filed for domestic violence protection against her. So this crazy bitch, we have exhibit A, B, and C of her being violent. She attacks her sister-in-law. She attacks cops, first responders, and an old man. According to court documents, this sick bitch has a history of violent outbursts and destructive and erratic behavior. She allegedly sent voice messages to her sister-in-law saying, "You are dead." She stated, "I just fucked up my whole family, and I neither spoke to her prior or provoked this verbal assault," Cummings said in court filings. Cornwall said not to underestimate or doubt her, and all it takes is one phone call. Wow. The sister-in-law said that Cornwall has an infatuation with her newborn son and 2 daughters, whatever that means. She has bipolar tendencies and paranoia. Cummings wrote, "She believes we are with the government, and I fear for my life and my children." It sounds like some of you anti-vax Zaniacs or Kent the Libertarian. Medical freedom. 0.000000001% of the vote. We did it. Sorry, it's a stretch. Former hot chick. She's still pretty hot now. I mean, that image, she's still pretty hot. I have to admit, she's a hot-looking crazy bitch. Look at that. The fist balled up. She's ready to clock this guy. Look at that. See? She's got her fist balled up, ready to punch that old guy right in the fucking face. Damn it. She is an absolute lunatic. So, you have a long history of these types of behaviors. And, will she wind up in prison? Man. She was arrested at Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport, later taken into custody by the FBI. Wow. That is spectacular. Yeah, that one started out making the rounds as a no mask war on a plane, but there was so much more to that. The mask had nothing to do with it, really. Incredible. Absolutely amazing. The guy who drove the car, the NASCAR, or the race car in NASCAR, I don't even know his name. It's Brandon something or other. That guy. Who all he did, Brandon Brown, the dude who won the race, which, by the way, I don't know if we've ever really gotten into it. This is the moment in question.
Thank you to all of our partners. Oh, my God, it's just such an unbelievable moment.
Brandon, you also told me, as you can hear the chants from the crowd, let's go, Brandon. Brandon, you told me you were going to kind of hang back those first two stages and just...
When she says you can kind of hear the chants from the crowd, and then she pauses right when these hillbillies go, fuck Joe Biden. That's my favorite.
Let's told me, as you can hear the chants from the crowd, let's go, Brandon. Brandon, you told me you were going to kind of hang back those first two stages and just watch and learn. What did you learn that helped you there in those closing laps?
Oh, my God. It was learning how each line didn't stay to one. Everything shifted top to bottom so much.
Okay. This is messing up his career now. This driver, Brandon Brown. All right. This is actually messing things up for him. That dumbass reporter who said you can hear them chanting, let's go, Brandon, is what created that way of telling Joe Biden to go fuck himself. As you all know, her name is Kelly Stavast from NBC. After this guy won a race at Talladega or something like that. Who knows? Back in October. Okay. Now, because of that, no one will sponsor Brandon Brown. And, I mean, it's harder than ever to get people to sponsor NASCAR because it's kind of dried up. The sport has become not the cash cow that it was lately, as I'm understanding this. Okay. And now this guy is like, this happening has fucked everything up. He's speaking out on having sponsorship struggles as a result of the chant. The affiliation with the chant is costing him big time. It's getting extremely difficult. If you're a national corporation, that means you sell to all customers. And unfortunately, when you get dragged into the political arena, people want you to take a side. This is stupid. Why would anybody think that he has anything to do with that? I think that any advertising person who's worth anything would flock to this guy. Okay? Because most people understand that he didn't have anything to do with it. He was just there. He won the race. He's getting interviewed. Oh, how could anybody who is in charge of marketing for a big company like Coca-Cola or whatever, why would that factor into their decision? But he says, if I'm going to divide Coca-Cola, why would they want to talk to me? The short answer is it's been tough trying to connect with partnerships just because it's kind of viewed as a ticking time bomb. What is he going to choose or say, and how would that affect our consumer base? It's too much of a risk. I understand it on their side, but it's made it really hard to tie everything down. Our whole navigation is, with our team, you want to appeal to everybody because all in all, everybody is a consumer. Brown said, but I have zero desire to be involved in politics. All right, so what this guy needs to do, take the advice of Eric Zane here. Okay? Brandon Brown says he is a Republican, but he doesn't make that known. All right, fuck all that. You need to lean into it, and you need to this is what you need to do. You need to start an apparel company, if it hasn't already been done, called Let's Go Brandon. And then every article of clothing imaginable. Pants, put it on the ass, shirt, and timeout on the field. That's a football reference. Football started. Did you see that? It was crazy because, and by the way, I'm back in present time. I'm going to give you some commercials, but before I do that, the college football season underway. You had Utah, Florida, snooze, no one cares. You had Central Michigan, Michigan State. That's the who gives a fuck bowl. Michigan taking on, I don't know what, a high school? Like it matters. This game sucked. Penn State, West Virginia was on TV up here at Fear Bunker North. I don't give a shit. For God's sake, give me some games that mean something. That's why I'm stoked for the Lions. This cautious optimism. I don't know if I can call it cautious optimism. I predicted they'd be 16-1 and winning the Super Bowl this year. That's insanity. It all starts Thursday. So I am fired up for that, but I probably won't be 3 minutes once the game starts and the Lions are down 21-0. Nevertheless, so glad you are here on this Labor Day edition of Not the Best of the Eric Zane Show podcast. It's brought to you by the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. 231-332-6505. If you're in the market for purchasing a home, get pre-approved with Mario. 231-332-6505. Best in the business and there to serve you. Now, all across the United States. If you're in the listening audience, doesn't matter where you are. There's Diana giving the dog the business here inside of the camper. That's okay. 231-332-6505. Yeah, knock it off, Darla. What was she? Was she biting the couch or something? Okay. Probably got a tick. By the way, if you go to the my Facebook page, there is a reel of two brushes with nature. Woolly aphids in a tree. I found out that was fantastic. And then this huge spider, which was the same size as Diana's finger. My God. Who knows where that finger's been? I felt bad for the spider. I'm kidding. It's a joke. Hey, my dad's going down those steps over there. He's walking. He might want to see you. He's probably going to go pick up some sticks or something like that. Huh? Oh, Joanne's with him? Okay, good. He got a little grumpy last night. 231-332-6505. Call Mario. Get a mortgage today. God bless TC Paintball, the amazing Rick from TC Paintball. I love that guy so much. What a fantastic success story. And rolling the dice years ago and creating TC Paintball. Now the #1 paintball destination in the Midwest. Congrats on the new accolades. He was at the Midwest Paintball Society's convention for 2023 and is voted on by all the other paintball associations. They voted TC Paintball as the #1 paintball destination in the Midwest. So that is so fantastic. See for yourself. Book a party at TC Paintball. The starting place is tcpaintballgr.com. We are rolling on. Here we go. More of Not the Best of the Eric Zane Show podcast. Hats, COVID masks, whatever the fuck. It doesn't matter. Dog gear, the Let's Go Brandon line. It's probably already been done. So you reach out to those people and you make them say, look, we want you to be on the car. So it actually says letsgobrandon.com on the side of the fucking car. All right. And every time he's interviewed, he's like, fuck Joe Biden. You know, if you really want to lean into it, you can make some money. And there's absolutely an avenue. So who gives a shit who thinks what? All right. Quit trying to be sensitive to this. You're not going to be able to do anything if you're limping around trying to thread the needle and not offend anybody. Take it from me. You got to plant your fucking let's go fuck Joe Biden flag right now and tell that motherfucker off. Okay? And you just, do the race wearing a Joe Biden mask if you have to. I don't know, whatever. Announce that you're going to suck Trump's dick or something like that. Who gives a shit? So in the end, there's definitely money to be made if you would just quit being a pussy about it and just say what you want to say. Okay? The day I started doing that on the podcast is when I really started to enjoy it. That's when I started to have success, when I started telling everybody to go fuck themselves. That's the only way this can be. You can't sit there and try to keep everybody happy. Fuck that shit. You were dealt a hand. You didn't want to be dealt into it. So what the fuck are you going to do now? Sit there and be a pussy? Own it, man. You're the guy. You are the face of the Republican Party. It's going to be you. Who's that fucking guy? Nick Sandman? Who else? Who else has been a big lightning rod for it? I don't know. Think of anybody who's been a part of this whole shit show. All right? On January 6th, you want to, do some insurrection shit, some crazy stuff. Maybe throw a fucking fire extinguisher at a cop. Come on. Hate on Colin Kaepernick. Say that Chauvin got a raw deal. Announce you don't like black people or something like that. This is all shit that you should do. And you will make so much money because these butt fucks love that shit, okay? You should have been in Richmond, Virginia when they ripped down the stupid fucking statue, okay? And protesting in your Let's Go Brandon shirt. I'm telling you, missed opportunity here. Quit whining about it. All right. Dear Meathead brought to you by my friends at JM Synthetics. Online at jmsynthetics.com. Amsoil products. Here we go.
Hello.
Hi, Dad. How are you?
I'm well. Good morning, honey.
Good morning to you. What's going on in your world?
Well, quite a bit of the ice got shoveled. There's a mysterious person did part of it. I don't know who it was at the crack of dawn.
Oh, so
bang, 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 chopping up the ice and all that. All of a sudden, it's totally clered up.
Are you saying that
was a mess.
That's some good?
Last night, I put quite a bit of time in it. But there was a sheet of ice all over.
So are you saying, Dad, that some person was helpful in the neighborhood and helped you guys?
Yeah, somebody in the front, because the front, about 15 yards or 15 foot of it, it was glass.
Okay.
And I didn't want to walk on that.
Yeah, but that's super sweet. You obviously have some...
I got some fans in there. Joanne thinks it's the neighbor across the street.
That's the guy who has he doesn't like Joe Biden across the street.
Yeah, right.
He's got the flag. It says Joe Biden is now my president.
I don't know why Joe Biden didn't do nothing for him.
Well, yeah, he's not happy. He's probably one of those people. He's probably one of those people who thinks that the election was rigged.
I don't know. Oh my God, he is our president.
Right on. Now does Joanne agree with you, or does she not like him either?
No, she does not. Politically, does not get involved, and I don't like this. I don't like that.
Oh.
I'm not for Biden, but I don't hate him. He's our president.
He's our
Okay.
president.
Gotcha.
I respect him.
Okay.
So as far as that goes, but I have a comment to make, so I need to take a hold of this conversation for a
Please. Oh, well, go ahead, Dad. The floor is yours.
I would like to take this opportunity on my behalf and my dear, dear, dear wife's half, Joanne, to thank your audience that there's such loving people that have actually tolerated my shenanigans.
Oh, come on. They look forward to this.
Listen, I really love them dearly. I want to wish them on my behalf and Joanne's behalf, Happy New Year. And, of course, Merry Christmas is gone. And many, many more wonderful, happy years for the rest of their lives.
Yes.
Well,
That's all I want to say.
Well, some time ago, you two won their hearts. I mean, I have several people that say to me regularly that you two are the favorite part of every week for them. You're like the highlight.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. That's exactly part of it, too. These people are just great, great people. And I know some of them I met, about 8 or 10 of them out there in that party, that birthday party we went to.
Yeah.
I've been the graduation.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whatever it was.
Oh, they loved you. They got all the pictures with
They showed
you.
me so much affection, it was just overwhelming.
Yep. So what the heck was I going to say? I shared with them the video of when I told you the joke about the tow truck.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I played that for them, and everybody thought it was fantastic.
You talking about me standing up?
No,
Driving, or when you messed it up?
No. Do you remember when I was at your house and I told you a story about a cooler fell out of the back of someone's truck?
Yeah.
And then there was a tow in there, and you said, "What did you do next?" And I said, "I called the tow truck."
Oh, okay.
You remember now, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Well, man, next thing you know, I'll have these guys living out of my house.
Okay. Well, I've got a number of things to run by you. People have written in, Dad. I would like to read them. Is that okay? All right. Lisa writes, "Dear Meathead, I hope your Christmas was merry, and I wish you well and good health in the upcoming new year. Do you have a New Year's resolution? Is there something that you want to accomplish in 2022?
Well, first of all, I thank you so much for your kindness, Lisa. That's Lisa, right?
Correct.
All right. But I'm not a resolution guy, that type of a guy. If I have a decision to make, I'll make the decision and just follow through. But basically, no, I don't have any specific resolution to make. It's just not part of my makeup.
Okay, so you're just going to kind of lay low and take it as it comes, correct?
I take a day at a time in life, and
Yep.
that's all there is to it.
Hey, that sounds like a retiree. That sounds like something I would like to do.
Oh, but I'm a very busy guy. And then I have a little story to tell you about during our sleep. At the crack of dawn this morning, we're hearing something like bang, bang on the concrete of my driveway. I got a very long driveway.
Uh-huh.
And, of course, yesterday I was trying to shovel the ice that had built up in there. I did quite a bit of that and pushed it to the side of the driveway.
Uh-huh.
Well, we kept hearing this bang, 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 bang noise. Like somebody had a apparatus in their hand, was chopping the ice.
Right.
Like a shovel? Or, I don't know about
Yeah, it's like they invented...
early in the morning.
Right, it's like they...
I thought it was Ron, my neighbor across the street.
Uh-huh. So, wait a minute. Are you suggesting...
I cleared that this morning with him that there wasn't him.
So
okay.
Okay. So, you're suggesting that he had some type of tool used to shove Snow.
I know what the tool could have been. It was the tip of a shovel.
Oh, wow.
Or something. I have a special tool for that.
Oh, you do?
The shovel. But it really chopped the ice right off.
Okay.
But this was, I don't know. So this morning I talked to Ron. I called him up and said, hey, were you doing this and all? He said, no, I never did that. And my driveway, most of it I cleared yesterday, but quite a bit of it I couldn't touch because if I walked on that, I would die.
Now let me ask you something.
Slip off and kill myself.
Now, Dad, you
it's clear to the hilt.
You must have a pile of snow and ice off to the side now, right?
Nothing.
Well, did it all melt away?
I bet you that's what whoever did that shoved it all over else. Maybe that just melted by itself. I don't know.
Well, I was
but that was 6 a.m.
Okay.
But there was somebody banging something on my concrete.
Oh, man, that's a mystery. That sounds like a mystery, Dad. You should probably get to the bottom of it. I suggest banging on everybody's door and asking.
I think I know who it is.
Okay.
There's only one person would be doing that. That's a guy across the street, his stepson.
All right. Excellent. Aram, our good friend Aram, writes.
Yes. Hello, Aram.
He says, Dear Meathead, if you have a buddy who's known as Chris and he decides that he wants to be known as Christopher from now on, should you try to do him that courtesy?
Yes.
How should he deal with someone who says, no way, you're making a big deal, I'm going to call you Chris? Is this friend a Mickey Mouse guy or what?
No, that's his makeup. Well, why mess around with something little? That to me is a little item. He likes to be called Chris or Christopher, and someone is used to it. It's going to be, pardon me.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's going to stay with what he is used to.
Okay, so don't make fun of him or anything.
Don't make an issue out of it.
Gotcha.
You know.
Okay. Aram also writes, hey, let's say a guy is with his friends at a pub. They're eating food, having drinks. And the one friend is laughing and talking loudly. If nobody else complains about the volume, is it appropriate for this guy to say, hey, come on, keep it down? Or should this guy mind his own business? Please embellish.
Well, that's, first of all, I can't understand the guy that wants to, it's either personality or a habit or lack of people paying attention to him, so he chose to take that route.
Yeah.
By speaking loudly and getting the attention.
So basically, you got a real loudmouth who, probably
you got a loudmouth.
Yeah, using bad language and people there.
If he's using a bad language, I'll let him know.
Oh yeah. This person's probably doing all that, and
I would. I definitely would not stop. I'd get up and walk the hell out of it.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea in the future.
Yeah, why get all the other 17 people that are around all upset and uptight?
Yeah, come on. Why can't you just talk in an inside voice?
Well, if you can't correct them in a nice way instead of hurting them, just back away.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's always weird when you tell somebody, hey, you're talking way too loud, and then they get they act like you just stole their birthday.
Sure, but this gives me an idea, really.
Yeah.
Peacemaking is a tool that a lot of people don't have it in their makeup. Don't ignore people, but don't insult them either, just so that it would suit your personality.
So, so find a clever way to tell them to quiet down.
I'd walk away.
Okay.
I'd get away from them.
Settle the problem by running away.
It doesn't accomplish anything. Because if that's his personality for the last 30 years...
Oh, yeah, it is. It has been.
He ain't going to get rid of it overnight.
Yeah. I took some notes. I wrote, peacemaking is a tool that a lot of people don't have in their makeup.
That's right. You know, I myself was a miserable character in the years that passed. I crawled on everybody's.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
And I wouldn't take no crap from anybody.
No.
I totally changed my own character, and it stays with you now.
Yeah. It happens. Okay. Let's see. Joe writes, Dear Meathead, I've been a grandpa for 17 months, and my granddaughter is just starting to talk. Her mom wants her to call me Papa Joe. Do you think it's disrespectful to call grandparents by their first name? So
No, I never thought about that. But I think it's cute that you call him Papa.
Papa Joe. What about Papa Rob? I mean, that's.
No, I don't care. But in fact, maybe somebody did call me a Papa Rob.
I know that my kids call you Papa Rob.
Yeah, but it don't matter to me.
No, I mean, that sounds like this guy Joe is kind of a.
You know, this is a strange thing. That
What
you
a
just
child.
brought a subject up in my mind that I had really not given a thought. People.
He's clearly stupid.
Just with the tiniest little issue from someone else.
Yeah.
Take your personality of why do they do that?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering about this.
That's how they learn to do.
Yeah, this guy.
You know, what the hell?
Yeah, this guy Joe. I've met him. He seems like kind of a crackpot. I mean, can you imagine getting upset? He's probably going to yell at the baby when the kid calls him Papa Joe.
Yeah, shame on him if he does that.
Yeah, that's what I predict is going to happen.
Take a little kid and teach him how to talk to you.
Right. That's how I see this going. Dennis writes this, Dear Meathead, have you ever been to a rock concert?
I think I have. Yeah, twice.
Yeah? What have you seen, Dad?
Bob Seger.
Yes, you have seen Bob Seger. You saw him way back. You saw him way back in the day, and then I brought you to see him.
Yes. I was awesome. In fact, he's a favorite.
We lit our lighters and everything.
Oh, yeah.
Remember, we had our lighters turned on and welcoming him and all that jazz.
I remember the day that you showed up to pick me up at Mom's, and you had that Bob Seger T-shirt on that you got at the concert.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait a minute, what is going on here? Because I mean, when you live with me, you didn't listen to Bob Seger. You listened to Engelbert Humperdinck.
Things change.
That's why you left.
I left because I wanted to listen to that guy.
Yeah. You like transformed. You had straight hair when you were married to Mom.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
And then the next thing I know, you show up, no straight hair, curly hair, no glasses, Bob Seger shirt. I'm like, what? Who are you, and what have you done with my father?
Well, for the first time in my life, I felt free.
Yes.
Well, let me just tell you, that had a adverse effect. Adverse effect on my dearly departed mother. She was so pissed that you changed up your look. She was furious about that. Well, everything you did. If baby Jesus came down from heaven and said that you were the chosen one, she would have kicked baby Jesus's butt, Dad.
Well, yes, you're right. But let me tell you something. That's probably had been in my makeup for years and years and years.
I know.
I have repressed myself.
I know.
Or not to do that.
Yeah.
Because of my marriage.
Right. Yes. She was holding you down.
That's right.
I mean, and I don't even say that.
Yes. That I could not do.
I'm not saying that, and I'm not. I know it sounds disrespectful, but I'm not sure. I mean, sometimes people do that.
No.
You know, and but it was so crazy to me. I will never forget that. But it ended up working out. But letting
90% of people that I met, they liked it.
Just different personalities.
Yes. I mean, my God.
My real personality that was dormant in me.
Well, let me just tell you this. Had you not changed your hair and let the animal out of the cage, Joanne Joanne would have said, "Who is this nerd?" She never would have wanted to date you. Yeah, I mean, Joanne was a very, very attractive young lady. Why, and she still is, why she wouldn't be running around with some dork?
Well, I don't know. I got a character. She said she wouldn't have. She would have run.
Oh, my God. All right. Dean writes this. Dear Meathead, what are your plans for New Year's? You got any plans, Dad, for New Year's Eve?
Not really. It just,
Every night till 12, and we get together and say Happy New Year.
yeah, we just, we're simple celebrators.
Yeah, hey, I'm right there with you.
We have a bottle of wine we used to. Imitation wine.
Fruit juice.
Yeah, it was fruit juice, as a matter of fact.
Okay.
Take a sip of that and just, good night, darling. I love you. And
Yep.
Good night.
Another year in the books. I love it. Hell, that's more crazy than what I do, because if I had my way, I'd be in bed by 9, but Diana doesn't let me. She makes me stay awake. And
Diana's a live wire.
Oh, yeah. So, and then he also asks, what is the wildest thing that you can recall on New Year's Eve? Maybe like a party or something like that. I'm guessing it might have involved some Budweisers. Please.
Oh, I party.
You was in the ditch.
What did I do?
You was in the ditch up north.
She says, I went in the ditch. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's when you quit drinking.
Oh, was that a New Year's Eve thing?
Apparently it is. She
Okay.
remembers that. I don't remember.
All right.
So.
Okay.
When the neighbors came and pulled you out of the ditch.
Yeah. I drove up. I know. I was trying to go back to the trailer we had up there.
Oh, my
We were
God.
telling you there's a ditch there.
And there's
Yeah.
Oh,
right
no.
into the ditch, and I was there. And I had a buddy of mine down there. Not a buddy, but a neighbor. He come out there with a huge rope, and he had a big
Yeah.
yanked me out of there.
Okay. Thank God. Man, the
Yes.
cop. If the sheriff showed up there from Crawford County, you'd still be in jail now.
He did show up.
Oh, he did.
Joanna says they did show up.
Oh,
I don't remember how the incident went.
Oh boy, you got lucky. He let you go.
Joanna says I talked very nice to him.
And the neighbors stuck up for you.
Okay.
Oh, well, hey, I kind of do things.
Yeah.
I get away with a lot of things.
No, you always have. You've been quite a charmer, especially back then. You had a way of negotiating. Of course.
Drunk or no drunk,
Yeah.
it works.
Of course, the most recent time that we were up there, when me, you, and Diana got stuck in the sand on that guy's property. You weren't.
Oh, yeah.
You weren't.
Oh, that was a close call.
Yeah, you weren't really a charmer in that one, because the guy started to give us the business, and you screamed at him and said, "Hey, I don't want to lecture."
Yeah, I mean, you're doing a nice thing, nicely talking to the guy. You're telling him you're sorry that this happened, and he's giving you the bullshit. That really ticked me off.
I know it. I know.
I just had that big stick in my hand.
I know it. You did. You had the
I
stick
started
in.
thinking,
Yeah,
don't do that. And besides, there were 3-4 of those guys.
Yeah, I was waiting. I think you were about one more minute away from starting to swing that
No, I
cane.
was ticked up that you were so nicely apologizing to the guy.
I know it.
And he has got the stupid keys in his hand. All he had to do, unlock that. In fact, we snowmobiled through there.
Yeah, I know it. Nobody. It was all confusion, but he was an idiot, and I'm glad that
And
guy.
what has happened to him? I know what it is. He got sick of people doing that. He blocked it, put the gate out there. He had no business doing that.
Yeah,
And he did it and blocked everybody off.
It is his property, but what he didn't understand was
That was not his property.
no, it was. It's his private property, and he owns
back
it.
of his property.
Yeah, but it's his, and Diana just accidentally wandered onto it. And
I know. My God, could happen to anybody.
he's an idiot. The guy was an idiot. But
Yeah.
all right, I got one more for you. Jesse writes this: Dear Meathead, I'm having a dilemma. My wife and I are not sure about getting our children the COVID vaccine. The new variant is very bad, and many children are getting sick. So it worries me and makes me want to get them vaccinated. However, my wife is nervous that the vaccine may cause unknown issues. You know, you hear about that from time to time. These people don't have any correct information, and they assume that it's bad. He writes, this vaccine is very new, especially for children. We want to allow them to make their own choice. What? But they are 3 and 6. So this guy is actually suggesting that his children decide on whether they get the vaccine or not.
That's very foolish. Very foolish. First of all, if this is apparently they're not educated. A lot of people are not educated on the medication of a vaccine. If it did anything, it would be a mild situation and it'll go away. A vaccine is a lifesaver.
Of course it is.
Now, we have been annually vaccinated for other issues.
Sure.
We don't have any situations with it.
Sure,
and
occasionally.
It helps more than it hinders.
Right. Occasionally, there'll be one that slips by the goalie for the shingles vaccine, tetanus, flu, COVID. That does happen. But the risk of that is astronomically less than the risk of death if you get COVID.
Absolutely. Put it in the right words.
So, yeah.
I think that's how they got rid of polio, by the shots.
So I guess if you quantified it, because that's what some people are doing, if you want to talk risk, the risk. Okay, pause in the action on Not the Best of, the Eric Zane Show podcast. Thank you to King's Room Barbershop, my newest sponsor, kingsroom.net. Great group over there, 3 locations. Northland Drive, Caledonia, and 821 36th Street in Wyoming. They were in Rogers Plaza, but they flew the coop, and they are waiting to open very soon at the new location in Wyoming. You want all the details, go to kingsroom.net. Schedules, locations, everything, pricing. If you're a dude and you need a haircut, okay, and let's say you've gone to Lady Jane's, Jude's. Was that what it's called? Jude's? Yeah, Jude's or Sport Clips. Push them aside and try my pals at King's Room Barbershop. Again, 3 locations in West Michigan. Please mention that you heard it on the Eric Zane Show podcast. If Andy or Colleen are cutting your hair, those are the owners. So they'll be like, oh, awesome. Our money is well spent. We're getting a return on our investment. If it's not Andy or Colleen, make sure you tell your professional stylist to pass it along to Andy and Colleen that you heard about them. King's Room Barbershop on the Eric Zane Show podcast. They do girls' hair. I don't think so. I think if you made a special appointment, but like if I'm, check this out. Pooh Bear just said, do they do ladies' hair? And I don't think so. But I'm just basing that on like what they this is like a pop the band Pop Evil. They get their hair done at King's Room Barbershop. You know? What? Say it. That's all right. No. So anyway, services. If you click on services, hair, regular men's haircut for the military. Okay, regular men's haircut's $19. Shampoo, style, and neck super shaver. Pooh Bear. Boys, buzz cut. This is, and then beard. These aren't girl things here. You see that on the website? So I think that this is not for chicks. But I think if you called and made an arrangement, you know what? That's a great question. So I will go ahead and find out for sure. You want these big, okay. Pooh Bear wants the folks at King's Room Barbershop to do this, but we shall see. That would be a fun video of you getting your hair cut by Andy Skyver or Colleen, his lovely wife. who I don't know how you and her and a lot of the women I know, you seem to get prettier as the older you get. How do you do that? My God, I'm jealous. All right. Was that a fart? What was that? Was that the stool? All right. Rolling on with more of Not the Best of the Eric Zane Show podcast. Risk of having anything negative happen because of the vaccine is ridiculously lower than the risk of sickness or death. I tell you what, when your kid's in the ICU on a ventilator, you'll be kicking yourself. So I suggest you quit. Yeah, tell your
friend, if whoever you are.
Yeah.
Don't ignore the science.
Yeah, and by the way, children shouldn't be making the choice about themselves getting the vaccine.
No, there's no choice.
What kind of a
needle, you know they're going to cry because they have a needle in their body.
Yeah. If you go up to your kid and say, so if that's the case, why don't you just go up to your kid and say, hey, it's your choice. Do you want to go to school or do you want to stay home?
Oh, what the hell do you think is going to happen?
Yeah. That's you know what it is.
You make that decision for that kid.
Yes, you know what it is.
You're going to vaccinate them.
Parents,
bless you. Take care of your kids.
If you're a parent and you're under 40, they tend to make these dumb decisions like that. And so many of these parents do this. It's like you gotta get behind the wheel. Don't put it in the hands of your kid, dum. Oh, my God.
Now, here's another thing. Now, it probably is a bad situation for my bringing it up. I have a son that did not believe in vaccination.
Right. I've actually spoken with the audience about this.
Oh, you already have?
Yeah. So okay. Go ahead. You say what you want to say.
And he was so strong that, hey, if I just keep away from it, I'll be all right. Well, the poor guy's in a hospital right now.
Yeah. And I bet you. Yeah. And I think that I he's lucky, and I hope that that's all it takes to get these knuckleheads to get the vaccine. You know.
Yes. Well.
Yeah.
I can't be the judge of him. I'm not going to judge them, but I am appalled at their mentality.
Yeah, you know what? I actually do judge people that don't get it, and I shake my heads at them, and I'm like, why? Stop. Okay, you're gonna end up in a coffin for God's sake, and then everybody's gonna be sad.
No, I don't want to use this word, but it's ignorance.
Absolutely, it's okay to judge them, Dad. We must judge them in order to shame them into getting the vaccine. That's what we have. It's our job.
Well. They can tell me mind my own business, obviously.
Yeah, they sure can.
If I push the issue.
Yeah. Well, listen, this has been yet another exceptional edition of Dear Meathead. I mean, my gosh, everybody loves you guys, and I'm gonna leave it right there. Okay.
All right, and hopefully we'll see you sooner than later.
Yeah, I know. We had so much fun last time. I mean, that was really a great. Well, we always have fun when we get together.
We always have a good time. Yeah.
Okay.
And next time you do come down here, bring my favorite dog.
O'Neill. Yes. It's a little bit trickier in the cold months because I don't have the camper, but
we won't do a lot of that in the cold months.
Yeah, but he's awesome. He loves you very much.
He lays right by my feet.
Yep, he's laying right here by my side right now.
Oh, my gosh. All right, say hello to the family, every one of them.
Hey,
and
you know what?
Happy New Year to you and all of the audience that are the super people of my time. So
you know what? I actually forgot one question from an anonymous person, and it just caught my eye. Can I get one more minute of your time?
For sure.
Okay. This anonymous person says, Dear Meathead, after several months of things not going well, I broke up with my fiance. And then after a couple days of thinking about it, I regretted it. I made an attempt to take it back, but she refused, stating that we both needed time apart to work on ourselves if we were ever going to have a chance. Currently, we have not been communicating. What would you do to get your girl back in a situation like this?
There's not a whole lot you can do other than tell her how bad badly you feel for the error that you have made by breaking up.
Yeah.
Is there a possibility that we can forget about this? It taught me a lesson to know what is it that I have to do in moments like this.
That sounds good.
That's all you can do.
Yeah.
Apology doesn't have any tricks to it.
Yeah. Just
it's
short.
a word of mouth and sincere belief in what you're saying. It's either plus or minus.
So short and...
You're going to break up by saying what you're going to say, or you're going to make up.
Right. So you're suggesting short and sweet, say it, and then hope for the best?
You don't need to beg.
Yeah.
You know? Just tell her, hey, I have made one hell of a mistake. I want to tell you I'm so sorry about that. This has become a lesson in my life not to do in the future if this ever comes up again.
There you go. I think that is all. That all sounds excellent.
You know, honesty is the key to a whole lot of success.
That is true. I got it down. Honesty is a key to a whole lot of success.
Absolutely.
Okay, Dad. Joanne, love you guys. I'll talk to you soon.
I love you, and hopefully we'll see you next week.
Okay, I hope so.
Or hear you. I don't want to see you next week.
No, I won't see you next week, but I'll call you.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
I love you. I love our audience.
Yes.
God bless you. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And Halloween is coming, and Halloween is here, isn't it?
No, yeah, Halloween is well past. We got a little time till Halloween, Dad.
Okay.
Okay.
Goodbye now.
Okay, bye. See ya. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's regroup here on this. It's a little bit, it's hilarious. Well, that's not hilarious. It makes me a little sad when he repeats stories, which he did. There was a big one today when he started out talking about the ice removal from his driveway. He went into detail about that, and then 3 minutes passes, and then it all started over again. So, and then there's always these, the poignant moments for him when he talks about how much he appreciates you. And that every time he tells you that, he doesn't realize he had said that previously, but he likes to say that. He loves you very much. Peacemaking is a tool that a lot of people don't have in something situation. Oh my God. A lot of tools that people don't have in their toolbox. That's what he said. There you go. Another rip roaring edition of Dear Meathead. I hope you enjoyed that. Whew. Very good. Oh man. Thanks again for being for participating. That went much smoother than last week when I had to yell at you. Which I hated that, frankly. Okay. Where am I? Dear Meathead, brought to you by JM Synthetics. Thank you to my friends at Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid, and EV. If you're in West Michigan, get your vehicle repaired at Irvine, 616-532-6600. Seriously, man, they service all makes and models, European, Asian, domestic, hybrids, EVs. About the only thing that's not in their wheelhouse is Volkswagen. If you're like me, smashing into curbs, you're going to need a wheel alignment. That's something that I would need. Simple as an oil change, fluid flush, whatever it may be, or something more serious. They can help you. They will help you. Ask about the loaner cars so that you're not like, oh my God, what do? I don't have a car. Holy crap. That is a thing. They can help you by giving you one of their loaner cars. And off you go. 616-532-6600. Their website is ERVINES or ERVines.com, where you can see all of their amazing Google reviews. Irvines.com. The Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage, 231-332-6505. If you are in the market for a mortgage, No matter where you are in the U.S., except South Carolina, Maine, Hawaii, and Alaska, reach out to Mario. First thing you do, tell him you're an Eric Zane Show podcast listener. 231-332-6505. Thank you so much, whether it's a refi, first mortgage, 10th mortgage, you're buying a rental property, whatever it may be. And, if your credit's great, this is super easy. No problem. That's an easy one. But Mario is, in addition to helping people with great credit, so occasionally you're going to get someone who's got a real stinker of a credit score, but just know that you're not going to have that credit score for life. It's either going to get more terrible or better. And if you are able to get a mortgage, that Mario will work very hard hoping to get you a mortgage. Pay on that damn thing for, a year and a half. Make them on time payments. And don't miss any. And your credit score improves. Then you get a refi with Mario. That's the process. Yes, it took you an instant to screw up your credit. And sometimes it's out of your control. Sometimes you're just a dumbass. But that's okay. Flush that and move on. 231-332-6505. Wednesdays are Little League Day at TC Paintball. TCPaintballGR.com. Reach out to my friends at TC Paintball. And there you go. Okay? Book a party at TC Paintball for you, the folks at work. Team building. Perhaps even the neighborhood kids getting together, be the cool dad and say, hey, we're getting together for this amazing event. Everybody got the dads there, the kids there. TCPaintballGR.com. Little League Day is it's at 5 o'clock tonight. So get there about 4:30 for the Little League folks. That's a kid who's never played paintball before and is concerned about it hurting. It doesn't hurt on Little League. They use the low-impact guns. Kind of deal them in slowly on Little League. Okay. Eric's got to go tinkle. Stay right there, okay? That's what you do. Hang on. I'll be right back with more after this. Don't go anywhere. John Madden has passed away. Legend. Absolutely incredible. 85 years old. I don't know anything about the cause of death. They just kind of announced it. I was reading about this guy who was about the only thing that I didn't like was that years ago, back when I was with the Twins, we used to talk to Frank Caliendo, who does that amazing impression of John Madden. And he had found out, I think he found out that John Madden was not fond of the impression. And it's like, how can you not be? That is absolutely hilarious. That's about the only knock I ever heard on John Madden. But this is a guy who played football and he's in the 50s in California and a couple of injuries. So he ended up getting drafted by the Philadelphia Eagles. And then he injured the other knee. This is way back. And so he couldn't play football, but the quarterback of the team was a guy named Norm Van Brocklin, legendary name. And either he was the coach or the player, I don't know at this point in time. I just kind of glossed over it. But Van Brocklin used to watch film of other teams. And so Madden got like a tutorial on football plays and, coaching. And he's got a master's degree in education. So he described it as merging something that he wanted to do, be a teacher. He merged his what he learned in the education world, getting a teaching degree or master's, and I forgot what he's real super, super bright with his love of football, with various nuts and bolts shit about it and how to coach it. So, all right. Then he starts out like working his way as like an assistant to the assistant and underling, basically, and works his way into the Oakland Raiders camp. And then Al Davis turns to him when the coach they had quit on him and joined another team or some shit. And he goes, all right, you're in charge. And lo and behold, Madden, at 32 years old, is coaching the Oakland Raiders, I think to this day, he still has the highest winning percentage of a team, of a man who has coached more than 100 games. And so I think out of like the next 6 years, he went to the AFC Championship game like 5 times and didn't get to a Super Bowl or some shit like that. Some crazy stat where the Oakland Raiders would have great success and then they'd fuck it up in the playoffs. But then they finally got over the hump. Madden wins a Super Bowl. I believe it was like 76 or 77, something like that, against the Minnesota Vikings. He's a champion. Okay, great. You know, and then that's it. He kind of rides off into the sunset. I think the team started to get shitty, and he said, I'm out. I don't want to do this anymore. He cited burnout from the game. And this is like, he's like 41 years old, you know. Stand by. The next thing you know, you see John Madden on commercials for light beer from Miller. Tastes great, less filling. Tastes great, less filling. Doing that deal. And, you know, everyone's like, holy shit. And he's got a great, big, giant personality, and somebody who sees him, some executive sees him doing those commercials and says, hey, you know what? This guy, he would be a terrific color commentator. And so then, you know, he does his first game in the NFL, and then the next thing you know, he's like the biggest name as a football announcer, as a color commentator. So they pair him up with Pat Summerall, and there you go. There's a great clip that Rob sent me of John. Check this out. This is this is the old sounds of the game bit. All right, here you go, John Madden.
Now he's going to unload with that right arm. So Johnson has to get his load ready to go load to load. And the fans boo when you do that.
Tough to stop it.
Well, you got to. If a guy's loading up on you, you got to load up on him, or you go backwards.
And you better bring a bigger load.
Okay.
Then you change occupations.
Okay. Now, part of that makes me think, hell, he knew exactly what he was doing when he said statements like, you got to get a full load. Holy shit. Let me see if I can find a John Madden Miller Lite commercial.
Start something good, everyone wants a piece of it. Take light beer from Miller. Now there's lots of light beers out there saying they're less filling. Heck, that was the easy part. The hard part is brewing a light beer that tastes great. That's why Light's always brewed only with the finest ingredients. To let all that great beer taste come through for guys like you and me. The taste that's made light beer from Miller America's favorite light beer.
Hey, I always thought it was easy opening cans.
Aha! We thought, oh my God.
Boy, could I go for a nice cold light beer from Miller. So I thought I'd just pop in at my favorite hangout and have one with the guys.
Fucking bust through the wall.
Well, the whole gang drinks light. Oh, sure, there's a lot of other light beers around, but we all agree the light beer from Miller tastes terrific. And get this, it's less filling.
John, how many times have I told you, use the door, huh?
I forgot, I'm sorry.
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
Okay, now watch. Here you go.
Like I was saying, light beer tastes great. And another thing.
Frank Caliendo, John Madden. Thing about the correspondence dinner is you can make great jokes and nobody's going to laugh at them. They're such assholes.
My whole career has been based on doing voices of other people. It's pretty interesting. I started out with one impression that's really gotten people to know me, John Madden, the football announcer. Some people don't like him. I love John.
Watch how seamlessly he goes from Frank Caliendo to Madden. It's like, it's unbelievable.
Madden, because he makes me feel smart. He tells you things you already know. He doesn't give you any new information. Just sits there with the NFL skadoodle drawing circles on guys' body parts. John Madden will say things like, if the quarterback, if he throws the ball and the receiver, if he catches it in the end zone, that's gonna bow wow wow yippee yo yippee yay. That's gonna be a touchdown.
If Trump was there, he'd be like, I invented that. I did that first.
Even my mom, who's never watched football in her entire life, is going, no, duh. And he says the same thing in the beginning of the sentence that he says in the end of the sentence, and I have no idea what he's doing in the middle. Then he'll wrap it up with the words, and that's what that's all about. When he says, and that's what that's all about, that's a Band-Aid on a John Madden tragedy, okay? Because he'll say things like, great football is about great football. And you have great football players playing great football. That's the best kind of football to play. But you have regular players playing great football. That's just regular great football.
Cheney.
And that's what that's all about. And that's what that's all about phrase leads me to believe he'd be great at the hokey pokey.
Okay, this joke sucks, but he's still doing the impression. And everybody knows this joke sucks.
John Madden's probably in his bus somewhere right now, just practicing. You put your right foot in, you take your right foot out, you put your right foot in, you shake it all about, you do the hokey pokey, and you turn yourself around, boom, and that's what that's all about. And I think he would be a great... I was thinking about this just for this audience, because I think he would be a great speaker for the White House, because if you ever asked him a question, like, what do you think's going on with the war on terror? Well, I think that we have to do things that we do, and when we do those things, other things happen, and when the things happen that you don't want to happen, you've got to go back and think, I mean, what made that happen? And then you got to think, hey, we can't let that happen again.
I think this audience is more in awe at how perfect that impression is.
And for those of you who know football, he loves this one player, Brett Favre. If you don't know who Brett Favre is, that's the guy from the end of There's Something About Mary. And he loves Brett Favre. I don't know what it is. Maybe because it sounds so good when he says it, like Brett Favre. It just sounds perfectly. I'm waiting for the day where he does an interview with him, because he talks about him so much. I'm waiting for the day where John Madden does an interview with Brett Favre. He's like, Brett, I wrote you a poem. I hope you like it. Roses are red, violets are blue. I might like football, but I love you. I mean, he talks about Brett Favre for no reason at all, you know? It's like somebody made a bet with him, said, you can't work Brett Favre and everything. Son of a gun, I can't watch this. He's like, one day he's talking about hybrid grass. Like, half of that grass on the field is real and half of it is fake. But Brett Favre is all real. You owe me $50. Brett Favre is the greatest player in the world. I mean, you could get on both his arms, both his legs. He would still be the best torso in football. That's how good Brett Favre. I mean, Brett Favre can throw a football 200 yards underwater. I can't even throw a football 1 yard underwater. 200 minus 1. That's 199 more yards. Brett Favre could throw a football.
I see this Letterman.
New York, the Now, what about that Super Bowl? How about those Colts? And it's interesting because halfway through the year, everybody was demeaning the Colts' defense, said that the Bears had the greater defensive power, but yet, as it turned out, it was the Colts who played the better defense.
Yeah, and the thing was they tackled, Dave. I mean, you go out there, and as I said a million times, if you tackle, you got a chance to stop them from scoring it. Yeah. And that's what they did, was they went out there and tackled. They were tackling a lot. The Bears didn't tackle as much as they did tackle. Right. And that you know, that's good. And the Bears had a great defense. I mean, you look at it. You think, hey, these guys. You think these guys?
He sounds more like Madden at the correspondence dinner. I think he's letting his guard down when he's on Letterman. Well,
all underwater, and he can hit any target he wants.
Shit. Then the influence of the fucking video game. Holy crap! I remember playing a Sega Genesis, the first one that came out, and thinking, this is the greatest video game that I have ever played in my entire life. I was a young man, probably 20 years old, 22 years old. And Kyle, why is Kyle writing Frank was special? Frank's not the one who's dead, ding dong. John Madden is dead. And then this video game, I mean, you know, and he used to sit down and help them come up with the video game making. Like, he was involved in the process with making the video game. The guy was so well respected that the NFL, he would help with rule changes in football. They would like, okay, yeah, we're thinking about this. Let's ask John Madden. And then finally retired from doing football games, and has been able to enjoy his life doing what he does privately, which you just didn't hear from in any way, shape, or form. About 85 years old, and then I don't know if it was a sudden passing or what, and intensely private, always fearful of airplanes. Never, I don't know how he did it when he was younger, but when he finally had the ability to just jump on a bus, the Madden Cruiser, he would travel. Now that is fucking sweet. Even though his risk was exponentially greater in dying in this fucking bus that he's in, he didn't care. He did not. He was intensely afraid of being on an airplane. He's like the Duke, Jonathan Mardukas. Who gets that reference? Does anyone get the reference to Jonathan the Duke Mardukas? And dead at 85. Rick does not get the reference to Jonathan the Duke Mardukas. You idiot. Did you not see the film Midnight Run with Robert De Niro and the late Charles Grodin? Grodin plays the Duke. He's afraid to get on an airplane. He has to travel by train across the United States, you dickhead. Come on. All right. Rest in peace, John Madden. Thanks again to A&E Heating and Cooling, 616-516-8579. You guys are the best. 616-516-8579. After hours service call, whatever you may need. Reach out to my friends at A&E Heating and Cooling. You need a new furnace? Go ahead and get a couple estimates from the other guys. Make Joe number 3. Don't tell him you're doing that. Surprise him. Zane told me to do this. This one comes in cheaper than yours. Can you beat it? Aye. He will. 616-516-8579. Installing the Comfort Maker brand of furnaces and air conditioners. My friends at A&E Heating and Cooling. Dumpster divers. Okay, if you need a dumpster, I mean, right now it's kind of snowy around here. You can still get a dumpster delivered in the winter months. Most people don't, though. This is the quieter season 4, my friends at Dumpster Divers. But you can still get a dumpster. 616-375-9962. The cheapest dumpster in West Michigan. That is guaranteed. Okay? You won't find it cheaper anywhere else. Get a dumpy, as Kyle would say, dropped off at your place. Dumpster Divers, 616-375-9962. They also specialize in demolition and junk removal. 616-375-9962. Okay. I got a suggestion via email from somebody who heard me talking on the Patreon about the dum-dums who wait in line 4 hours for the stupid Star Wars ride at Disney World. And then they get ready to go on the ride and they cancel. They said the ride's broken. You got to go home. These people drive all the way across the country or fly to wherever from across the country for this stupid ride. They wait in line. That waste a whole day in line. And then, my God, they have to go home. Coop writes, with all the talk today of those. Okay, there you go. Pause in the action on Not the Best of the Eric Zane Show podcast. Thank you to Frank Fuss from My Policy Shop Insurance. Frank Fuss is back. MyPolicyShop.com. No matter where you are, you may be in need for Frank's services. This is how it works. 2 particular scenarios. You're getting your insurance from Obamacare or healthcare.gov. First of all, you could try to do it yourself, and then you will screw it up, and then everything sucks. Or you can call Frank. He does it for you, and it's perfect. That's it. How much does it cost? Nothing. It's free. Frank depends on people like you to tap him for services. And then the insurance companies, they love people like Frank because they get more people in their policies, and then they pay Frank. That's how this works. I've always been mystified at this arrangement. This is fantastic. Same thing if you are getting ready to retire. Medicare is in your future. And Social Security is in your future. Call Frank. He does this for the NFK. He saved Kevin thousands of dollars for his neck surgery and the 8 million other medical procedures that he's had to engage since he moved in with Pooh Bear and I. His medicine is like, it was actually, how much did he pay for that carbamazepine? He pay a couple $100 a month for the carbamazepine, this very powerful anti-seizure medication, and he didn't have the right Medicare plan, and he didn't know better. He just, that's how it is. Frank goes, this is all fucked. Who signed him up for this? Oh, well, Frank made the change, and now the carbamazepine is when we ring it out at the cash register. I am not kidding you. It's $0. It's free. $0. My God. I don't know why anyone would opt for the shitty Medicare. I mean, it's like, hey, what do you want? You want the shitty Medicare where you can get the all right coverage, but you pay a ton for this and that and the other thing? Or, the one that's free. Frank probably shaking his head about what a bunch of dumb shits. Anyway, so that's what's up. Go to mypolicyshop.com. And there's Frank, his handsome face. Hit the button where it says schedule an appointment. Tell him what's up. On there's a spot for you to indicate where you heard about him from. There's a spot that says Zane. Make sure you click it, because then I get Frank off my fucking back bitching at me about, hey, when's somebody going to call? It's okay. We got it. I'm just busting his balls. He busts my balls all the time. Frank is going to be a regular on the show, too. He's one of those people like Rick from TC Paintball, who's just an awesome, hilarious personality. I love Frank Fuss. Anyway, he'll be busting my balls on the show and in the days and weeks to come. Okay, there you go. Thank you to Frank from My Policy Shop Insurance. And then finally, there is one more weekend of racing at Berlin Raceway, and I will be there for it. Next Saturday, the Cole Lutz International Race of Champions. BerlinRaceway.com for tickets. It doesn't have anything to do with Cole Lutz. Cole is my pal, and he's bringing some family and friends. He's sitting next to me, and I want you to sit next to Cole and I. Cole is the, Pooh Bear is the ex-husband of our pal Freebeer's now wife. Isn't that weird? So, he and I have hit it off because we both want to punch Greg in the stomach. So, he's going to be sitting next to me with some of his family, and we're going to be dogging Greg. So, come on out and sit next to us and join the fun. So, there you go. BerlinRaceway.com is where you go for the Cole Lutz International Race of Champions. BerlinRaceway.com for the season finale. $14. Did you hear how I said finale? $14 a ticket. 15 and under kids free. Parking free. Rolling on with more of Not the Best of the Eric Zane Show podcast. Those assholes waiting 4 hours for their stupid 5-minute Star Wars ride only to have it canceled got me thinking about the best thing that ever happened at Disney. The Disneyland family fight. Made only better by Eric Zane narration, of course. With all the reboots of old TV shows happening, Friends, Sex and the City, etc., got me thinking, could we have a reboot of Fat Busta Rhymes? That's actually tall Busta Rhymes, not fat Busta Rhymes. Raining punches on anyone in sight that was related to him. Is this a rebootable moment we could bring to present time genre? Not sure. Either way, it was a great, easy podcast gem. He then adds, good podcast today as usual. Signed, Coop. I appreciate that, Coop. And that is a great idea. That is a fantastic idea. And I think we need to do that. Okay. This happened at Disneyland in Anaheim, California, at Toontown, which is a place you can go, do your thing, have a great time at Toontown. And I don't even recall if when... I can't remember how I used to do this, but when I used to do the live podcast, I think this one may have been done when I was using Restream. So I think I could have shared the screen with you, but I don't really remember. So I'm a little confused if you've ever seen me do a narration play-by-play, which is what's going to happen right now. So this could be a first. I just don't remember how I did it. It just escapes me. So, okay. I've got it all ready to go. We pick it up here. You can see they're in front of the Toontown house. You got the tracks for the little trolley that come through here. And we have a disturbance with the family. This enormous woman who looks like, Shirley from What's Happening. Look at that ass. You got to work to get an ass like that. Okay? That is incredible. Okay? By the way, this is also a perfect example of how obesity affects women more in a different ways than men. Men, this is called gynoid obesity, GYNOID. And that is, the fat on a lady accumulates on hips and butt. Men, it accumulates on belly and up. That's android obesity. Her husband has android obesity, A for apple. Gynoid obesity makes a woman look like this. That's what I learned in my obesity class. Shaped like a pear. It's not even mean. That's just what this is described as. Okay, pick it up here. Her brother-in-law is pissed off at her. Okay, and this is tall Busta Rhymes in the pink shirt. This guy's just minding his own business. Okay, he's screaming at her, and then this is his brother-in-law. Okay, he's just He's got the kids in the stroller. I don't give a fuck, bitch. You heard that? Oh no! She spits on him. I don't give a fuck, bitch. And then she spits on her brother. Okay. Okay. You just saw a series of, I wouldn't even call those slaps, as he winds up and kind of brushes her face. And then he makes this weird type of move where I guess that's his I'm getting ready to fight dance. Right there. Kind of pulls up his pants. Okay. Brother-in-law says, okay, motherfucker, here we go. Now watch the posture of these two idiots. Here comes another family member. She's working on her fat ass too, but she's not quite there yet. She's much younger. You got the kids here in the double stroller, like, oh fuck, here we go again. Shit. This white guy is like, oh, I think this guy, the dude with the farmer tent, he's like, oh shit's going down. In fact, I want to see him again react to this. Okay, see this lady back here with the big titties and the Mickey Mouse ears? She's going to wander over. This guy's looking at his phone. All the white people are getting the fuck out of here. Okay, fat bitch is trying to talk to tall Busta, and then he's squaring up. So he's fighting two battles here, okay? Shirley from What's Happening is going after tall Busta. Meanwhile, Shirley's husband is involved in some type of slap fight with tall Busta. Oh, no! Okay, here we go. The chick with the big titties, that's tall Busta's better half, okay? The brother-in-law is, while squaring off, when everyone's expecting him to zig, he zags and punches big titty bitch right in the fucking face. Oh, no. So now we don't know who's fighting here. We don't. All these battles are going on. We have several fights occurring all at once. Okay, look at these haymakers that they're throwing. My God, look at that. All right, we got a new player. Camel pants black dude. I don't know. Scooter Fat shows up. When did Scooter Fat roll into this? Okay, Scooter Fat is mama. She looks like Raj's mom from What's Happening. Lots of What's Happening characters in this. I always love how the kids are not fazed. They see this every day in this loving family. Here comes mama. The kid's like, oh, shit. Look at the kid. Oh, no, it's happening again. Scooter Fat almost, the fucking scooter almost gets tipped over. All right, so mama gets out. Camel pants black guy, Fat Shaq is trying to break him up. All right, it's gonna end. It's all over. This is the end of it. Okay. Tall Busta now is making a beeline to Shirley from What's Happening. Look at that walk. I mean, he's got the look, and the walk is just, you can see it, ass kicking. Oh, no. Pulling her hair.
Call security.
And Shirley, she's like, I don't give a shit. This happens every day in my household. This is no big deal. And I like why is no one kicking Tall Busta Rhymes' ass? I mean, this guy should be, these two, his brother-in-law and camel pants black guy should be kicking his ass right now. I think Tall Busta is the one who kind of rules the roost in the family. Calls her a stupid ass bitch. Okay, so now is this breaking up? Is this ending? I don't even remember anymore. By the way, I haven't really heard any words except for stupid ass bitch and let's go. These people don't really communicate with any type of spoken language. Okay, Tall Busta's wife gets it from Tall Busta's sister. She now is attacking big titty bitch. Oh no, mama goes down. Now, I think she might have just acted. I mean, that was weird because I didn't really see anything that caused mama to go down. But fat bitch mama. Look at, oh God. People are laughing at her as she's laying there. Oh, she can't even get up. Okay, they're saying call security. Security is watching this on the video camera, and they're saying no one go. Let this happen. This needs to be talked about. No security allowed. This is the greatest thing that has ever happened at any Disney park in the history of anything. Let's go, mama. So now they're like, it's a meeting of the minds. They're in agreement that they should stop fighting for mama's sake. Fat bitch already was laying down on the railroad tracks. Oh no! Tall Busta! Oh no! He starts beating the shit out of his sister. And everybody's letting him do this. Okay, finally, this white guy comes in. He's like, "Hey, could you stop beating people?" Okay, now that one hurt her. That one hurt his sister. I mean, he hit her hard. This is how these people love each other. This is a good day. They're gonna eat together. There is nothing wrong in their eyes with this behavior. Wow. Okay, now this guy is not done. This guy needs his ass kicked so bad. Tall Busta Rhymes.
Men and women hitting each other, we have it on video. We're in Toontown. I'm ready to go to jail tonight. Toontown right in front of you.
He says, I'm ready to go to jail tonight. Okay, now this is the plot twist. This woman right here, that's Tall Busta Rhymes' significant other. She was on his side, okay? Everybody's kind of scattered because Mama went down. So they're like, cooler heads are prevailing. He's beaten his sister into a pulp. His only ally in this is his significant other, the chick with the hair extensions and the big titties. Watch this. It might not happen here, but something bad's going to happen. Yep, this is it. He grabs his significant other by the hair. Okay. And I think she says something about Mama. And that lights the fuse on Tall Busta Rhymes. And this guy, I guess I understand why. Look at this Asian guy with the cane. Like he's going to do anything. He's like, oh, holy shit. And this dude is a big, strong guy. I mean, nobody will fuck with Tall Busta Rhymes, but someone needs to kick his ass. Okay. They're revealing to Tall Busta Rhymes that Mama went down because of something that Tall Busta Rhymes, big titty bitch, did. But I think that's a lie. But watch the wires cross when Tall Busta Rhymes gets that news. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. And now he starts beating the shit out of the white guy. He's kicking everybody's ass. Did you hear him? You hit my mama. Oh. I didn't see her hit his mama. Finally, 5 guys bring this fucker down. One guy puts him in a rear, what's it called? A rear naked choke. Wow, that lady is a titan. Look at that. Look at Mabel King, fucking Shirley from What's Happening. Look at her walk. Look at what she's wearing here. Holy shit. How did they even let her into the park dressed like that? My God. She's wearing clothes that would barely fit my grandson. Wow. Look at these guys like we're getting the fuck out of here. Okay, I'm jumping ahead. They finally let Tall Busta Rhymes up. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Is he going to go hurt somebody else? I don't know. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This guy. All right, finally, after 4 minutes and 15 seconds, this security guy with the Mickey Mouse on his shoulder, like this, he's like, what? You want me to go after him? Are you fucking crazy? My job is to tell people to get to the back of the line. You want me to go up to this 7-foot-tall black man who's kicking everybody's ass? Took 5 guys to hold him down. You expect me to do something with this guy? Oh, yeah. Well, he radios into the cops. He goes, yeah, we got a guy that you need to get here and shoot. Okay? We need some cops here to shoot this man. All right? Whew. Shit. Incredible. Crank says, I like the red stripe on his pants. Very official looking. Oh my God. Oh, so spectacular. Thank you. Thank you, Coop, for suggesting that we go down the road of this great moment from Toontown back whenever this was. I wonder what happened to that guy. I forget. I hope nothing. Nothing really deserves. Nobody. No. This is a normal way of living for this family. This is how they love each other. Chris quotes the security guard. I make $8 an hour. I ain't doing shit. Aram says, I thought he was a state trooper until I saw the mouse on his sleeve. Mickey voice. Hey, calm down, motherfucker. Jesus. Oh. Love that so much. Thank you, Coop. Thank you very much for revisiting that with us. Okay. I'm out of time. I got to leave you with, of course, more sponsors. I love sponsors. Thank you. And the asshole of the day. The asshole of the day. Asshole of the day. Yeah. Bennett Flooring Installation. Longtime sponsor of the Eric Zane Show podcast. If you need flooring installed, and boy, do I. 616-318-0167. Okay. You're going to rip out the old flooring. You're going to buy the new stuff. More on that in a second. They are going to install it. You're saving yourself a lot of money because they're just basically doing the finished product. But go ahead and take care of the stuff you can do. And unless you're some flooring guru yourself, which most people aren't, I recommend having Bennett Flooring Installation measure the room and let you know it's going to be a lot less than you think to have it done professionally. Because if you screw it up like I would, you don't want to have to deal with your significant other looking at you saying, you asshole, why didn't you listen to Eric and call Bennett Flooring Installation? 616-318-0167. Also, Jacob and Jason, the ones behind the great flooring giveaway. Thank you so much for that. We'll do another one coming up in Easter for the Easter celebration. It's very, very kind of them to do such a thing. So sweet. Bennett Flooring Installation. Call or text for an estimate. 616-318-0167. Or if you miss any of this and you're too lazy to find it out on your own, reach out to me, Eric@ericzaneshow.com. The flooring that I want you to buy, if you are in West Michigan, is from where Kent, drop the E, add a U, works and minds the shop. Okay? Kent the Libertarian runs Johnson Carpet One Floor and Home Discount Outlet. Okay? Just down the road from Johnson Carpet One Floor and Home. The discount outlet is truly a discount outlet. This is a giant warehouse-looking building on Chicago Drive behind Little Caesars in Granville, Michigan. Someone like, I don't live over there. Yeah, I know. Just shut up and let me get through this. For those that do, and 35% of my audience lives in West Michigan, this is where you need to go. What they've done is they have become the only legitimate discount outlet in all of the great state of Michigan. Darwin, who owns Johnson Carpet One Floor and Home, has the discount outlet, this giant building, so that he can buy from all the big manufacturers, Mohawk, Shaw, you name it, vast quantities of the most popular brands of carpet and flooring. Vinyl, plank, tile, you name it. Ceramic. He knows it's going to sell, so he turns to these companies and says, I'm going to buy it in bulk. How much of a discount are you going to give me? Like, well, okay, if you're going to buy a 52-foot semi-trailer full of it, yeah, you're going to get it a lot cheaper. So he negotiates that on his own. That's his job. So it winds up, Kent has to then unload it all. And it's priced super cheap so that you are getting the cheapest price possible. He's still making a ton of cash on it, but the savings are 100% passed along to the consumer. So just you hear this shit about inflation. Yeah, maybe, but you're still not going to get flooring cheaper anywhere in West Michigan. That is a promise. Go to the discount outlet, Johnson Carpet One Floor and Home discount outlet behind Little Caesars on Chicago Drive. When you mention me, okay? When you mention me, you will get an additional 10% off of the already deep discount. So march in there, say, Kent, hey, how's it going? Eric Zane, he's going to be pissed off because I made fun of dumb libertarians today. And then, holy crap, he's got to engage you. You're going to say, I want this. You say my name. He's going to give you 10% off. Johnson Carpet One Floor and Home, discount outlet, Chicago Drive in beautiful Granville, Michigan. And last but not least, the home of the potty mouth Zaniac women, Bosco's Pub, where we are going to make a regular thing out of meeting over there. And that is just a good time to hang out and then, have all these uptight Hudsonville people look at Sarah and Amanda for talking shit way too loud. And then the Schaefers are going to go out and put nasty shit on the back of my car, like homophobic slurs and stupid shit like that, and get me killed by Hudsonville residents who hate gay people. That's what's going to happen at the next get-together at Bosco's Pub. In the meantime, Wednesday through Saturday, they open up at 11:30. Go get lunch or dinner at Bosco's Pub, home of the real poor. If you get like a mixed drink, a well drink, whatever, they're going to put a legitimate amount of booze into it. Unlike at all the other area shitholes, that it's going to be a measured amount. You're getting a weak-ass drink. The home of the stiff drink. Bosco's Pub, part of Terrace Square, also along Chicago Drive in Hudsonville, Michigan. That's it. No more. Yesterday, the asshole of the day was the guy who pooped his diaper and made people change his diaper for him. What the hell? Rutledge D's the fourth. Who's your asshole of the day today? Oh, thank you, Patriot Nick. He's still doling out tier 1 subscriptions to people. I see Wicked Kitten something, 13 just got one. That's a very, very nice gift. You are awesome. You think the Mickey Taser looks like Goofy or Donald Duck? Zildjian says, isn't that close to $1,200? I don't know. I have no idea. All right. It might be. Man, seriously, that is absolutely incredible. You are so kind. All right. Who is your asshole of the day on the Eric Zane Show podcast? Talked about my brother Mike. He's on the road to recovery. We have the magnet story put under the back of the embellisher, almost getting me killed. How about the crazy bitch on the airplane who smacked the old timer? I think that's got to be it, right? The hell is her name again? Patricia Cornwall. I love the old man. Good on him for showing the restraint because he didn't get any amount of trouble, He didn't get in any amount of trouble. Patricia Cornwall is your asshole of the day, the crazy bitch from made one appearance on Baywatch, otherwise showed her clam in Playboy. 51 years old. She is in jail right now. The Duchess of New Jersey refers to her as airplane whore. All good. And that is going to do it for this edition of the Eric Zane Show podcast. Thank you for checking it out, including the hate audience. Oh, my God. Follow me on my subreddit, reddit.com/r/The Eric Zane Show. Let me put it in here. Reddit.com/r/The Eric Zane Show. Go there if you want to chit-chat about the show. I also am on Discord. How the hell do I link that up? Whatever. I'll get it next time. Follow the show on Discord as well. There's always a chat going on. Something's happening. I can't even keep track of all of it. Have a great one, folks. Till next time. Bye-bye. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it Not the best of the Eric Zane Show podcast is in the books. Make sure you go to the Patreon and check out something to listen to while I'm away. You're like, well, that doesn't tell me a whole lot, easy. Why should I listen to that? Just trust me. And do it for free. Go to patreon.com/Eric Zane. And then you get 10 days free when you sign up. And then listen to the episode called Something to Listen to While I'm Away. In fact, there's a search function. You can hit something to listen, or just so you type part of that title, and they'll all like show up for you. It's a great search function. So if you're ever looking for something on Patreon, it's all there. It's awesome. When you do the 10 days free, you do have to put in a payment form. It'll charge you after 7 days, either $5 or $10, but it's a simple cancel, and then you won't be charged. If you cancel before the 7 days are up, that's it. No obligation, nothing, and you still get the 7 days free. Okay, folks, I appreciate you listening to Not the Best of the Eric Zane Show podcast. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.